Asante Sana word, and Asante Sana means thank you, Harambe. Another word we like to say is Twende, which means let's go. Ciao, everyone. My name is Becca. I'll be your safari guide on today's trip around the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. A few safety reminders. Please remain seated. Keep all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. If you guys look above your heads, you'll see a wildlife spotting guide showing you pictures of a lot of the animals we can see out there. Not a guarantee we'll see all of them, but hopefully we'll see as many as possible. We're going to head on into the little Missouri forest now. Keyword here being forest. Here's keep our fingers crossed as we head through the little Missouri forest. Let's go ahead and head through the forest here. These animals are going to be really good at camouflaging. They're going to have things like stripes that help them blend in very, very well with their surroundings of the dense forest here. They're also going to be a little bit more shy and reclusive than animals we could see a little later on. So they're probably trying to hide from us. Yet again, they are good at it. They love to hide. So let's head through the forest. You might notice there's a lot of bamboo in the forest. Bamboo is a very fast-growing plant, growing a lot faster than trees, making bamboo products a great alternative to paper products. They're very easy to make at high quantities, very easy to recycle, and they help out with habitat destruction here in the forest for these animals.
They're in the warm, where we should be.
As we can all tell, it is very, very cold out today. These animals are going to be trying to find as much warmth as possible. There's a lot of shade here in the forest, probably why we didn't see too many animals out here in the forest. But as we head through the rest of the reserve, keep a close eye out on the sunny spots. We might get lucky enough to see some animals soaking up the sun. We're going to go ahead and exit the little Missouri forest here, though. Just about to head on out into the
Safi River.
Safi River. Now, the Safi River is home to some aquatic animals. Aquatic animals, such as the Nile crocodile and the Nile hippopotamus. Up on our right, we'll see some pink-backed pelicans and some hippos. Pink-backed pelicans are light gray birds with long beaks. They get their pink coloration during mating season. And they've got a wingspan of about 9 feet in width, which is the same width as the awning above our heads today. And there's those those hippos, like I said, to the right. A group of hippos, they're called a bloat, and an adult hippo can reach 5,500 pounds. Stay seated, friends. They can reach 5,500 pounds when full grown. Hippos, they can hold their breath for several minutes at a time. So they're often found underwater. That's where they spend most of their day. They're able to take short naps underwater, which is pretty cool. They'll come up for air when they need it. Hippos, they've also got hairless skin, and because their skin has no hair, they're going to stay in the water most of the day, keeping their skin as hydrated as possible. They're going to come out at night to find food. Oh, that's not always the case. Sometimes they're out of the water sunbathing on days like today when it's cold. So there's another hippo out of the water to the left. There's some hippos in the water too. Make sure we're seated, friends. Our children must stay seated. But let's head over the bridge. There's a Nile crocodile tucked away in that back left-hand corner. Nile crocodiles can reach 16 feet in length and about 500 pounds. Stay seated, my friend. Stay seated. As we exit the Safi River, we're just about to head on out into the savannah. Now, the savannah is home to some well-known animals. Animals such as the lion, the cheetah, the giraffe, and the elephant. As a reminder, it is not a guarantee we see all these animals, but I've got my fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll get lucky out there and see some cool animals. To the right, though, is a baobab tree. Baobab trees are going to remain leafless for about 9 months of the year. They hold their water in their trunk, and animals will often puncture the trunk of the tree to get to the water inside, especially on hot days, which is why they could also be known as the tree of life. As we head down this hill, there may be a variety of different animals out there. I'm going to be mentioning the ones closest to us first, the ones out in the distance. I'll mention as we get closer. To our left up here is a den. So let's peek around the den. It looks like there's a nice little sunny spot behind the den there. So let's head over here, look over there. I'm not seeing anything hiding back there, but I do see some sable antelope up ahead. They're going to be on our left here. Sable antelope, they've got slender, slicked back horns on the top of their head. Now, those horns help them fend off predators from jumping on their backs, predators such as lions and cheetahs. To the left are the Ankole cattles. Ankole cattles, they've got pretty big and impressive horns on their head. Their horns look heavy, but they're not. They've got a honeycomb-like structure inside and contain blood vessels that help cool the cattle down on hot days. But now Ankole cattle, they can also be referred to as the Watusi cattle, based on the people that first domesticated them, the Watusi. But let's head past these termite mounds now. Termite mounds are hardened structure made of dung and saliva. Animals will often use these mounds as scratching posts out in the reserve. As the mounds deteriorate, smaller animals use them as lookout points across the savannah. Now you may notice there's evidence of 3 different types of animals out here on the savannah. There's the browsers, the grazers, the bulldozers. Now grazers, those are animals that are going to kind of eat off the ground. If you notice some bare patches of grass, it's going to be left behind by those grazers. Animals like the sable antelope, the Ankole cattle, and soon we'll see the wildebeest and springbok that are also considered grazers. There's also the browsers that we might get to see out here. Browsers are going to be animals that can reach up to the trees. If you look at the trees there, some of them look like they're a little bare of leaves. That's going to be because of the browsers, as they can reach up there to eat from the trees. And you might also notice some knocked down trees out here left behind by bulldozers. Those are animals that have a lot of force, a lot of strength. They're going to knock trees down to get to their food. But to the right, like I said, springbok up to the far, far right by the tall grass. That little cart is going to drive past the springbok there, and the wildebeest. Springbok are small, brightly colored antelope. They can jump 6 to 8 feet straight into the air, 13 feet far in front of themselves. To put that into perspective, that is straight through this truck. As for those wildebeest, we might get a little bit of another view of them as we head up this hill around the corner here. Wildebeest are social creatures. About 1.5 million wildebeest will migrate about 500 to 1,000 miles annually. They can also be called the gnu, spelled G-N-U, and replicates the sound that they make. But now as we do head up this hill, at the very, very top of the hill to the right and left are some more of those baobab trees. Baobab trees, as a reminder, are also called the tree of life, but another name they could be called is the upside down tree, because without those leaves, those branches, they look like roots in the sky. But like I said, another view of those wildebeest off to our right. Now, something interesting that researchers over at Animal is that Elephants are afraid of the sound of bees. Oh, there's an elephant there. First time seeing an elephant today. Crazy. Elephants are social creatures. Mother and children elephants will remain in large herds. Whereas males mature, they go off into isolation or form small bachelor herds. So they're going to use dirt and mud as a form of natural sunblock, cooling them down, protecting their skin from the harsh rays of the sun. Like I said, something interesting that researchers have found over at Disney's Animal Kingdom is that elephants are afraid of the sound of bees. Farmers in Kenya have implemented this research by incorporating beehives to surround their crops. This helps out farmers because elephants are no longer eating or destroying their crops. They also get an additional cash crop of honey. Also helps out those elephants because farmers, they can get territorial over their crops. To the left here are the greater flamingos. Now the greater flamingos are the largest, but the least pink of the flamingo species. They get their pink coloration from their diet, and their diet is going to be fried shrimp, which contains a protein called beta-carotene. Now when first hatched, baby flamingos, they are small, gray, and fluffy. They don't get their full pink coloration until about 2 to 2.5 years of age. And a group of flamingos, they are called a flamboyance. So that's what this is off to our left, a flamboyance of flamingos. But now let's head on through these rocks up ahead. Maybe we'll continue to get lucky and see some rhinos as we enter rhino territory. Similarly to the elephants, rhinos, they use dirt and mud as a form of natural sunblock, cooling them down, protecting their skin. The harsh rays of the sun. Now, coming up on our left here is going to be a mud wallow. It doesn't look like the freshest of mud wallows, but it's a sign that the rhinos have been nearby. So let's see if we can find them. Rhinos, they're often poached for their horns. Their horns are believed to have a medicinal benefit to us, when in all reality, they do not. Their horns are made out of keratin. That's the same thing that makes up our hair and fingernails. So their horns give us no medicinal benefit. But now to the left there, the cheetah is soaking up all the sun. It looks nice and warm where they are. Cheetahs are the fastest animal on land. They can reach 60 miles per hour in about 3 seconds. They can't withstand that speed for very long, only about 1 to 2 football fields in length, so they can definitely reach it pretty quickly. And cheetahs, they've got black spots of fur underneath both their eyes. Those black spots of fur do help absorb the sunlight, acting like little pairs of sunglasses, protecting their eyes from the harsh rays of the sun. And cheetahs, they are day hunters. During the day, the sun gets pretty bright, so those are very helpful for them and very, very useful. But now we're heading up to the Kpjpflorida rocks. And the Kpjpflorida rocks are a rock formation used by animals to get a good lookout point across the savanna. Very, very hard to see, but straight ahead is the ear of a lion right over the grass. We're going to hopefully see another lion. Like I said, now that I've turned, it's out of sight. So we'll head around the rocks and hopefully see one over on the other side of the rocks. The lions, like the cats you may have at home, will rest for about 16 to 20 hours a day. They save their energy to hunt at night when they have their best eyesight or vision. And a lion's roar can be heard about 5 miles away. That's how they communicate across the wide open savanna. Now there goes another lion. It looks like there might even be 2 up there, but they blend in really well with the rocks. There goes one, and it just picked its head up. There's one on each side of that rock there. But now we're going to keep moving here. To the left are some burrows. Now animals love to hide in burrows, so that's probably what's happening right now because I'm not seeing any just yet. But we'll head around the burrows, continuing to get a good look as we pass by. To To the right over here on the ground is a clutch of ostrich eggs. A single ostrich egg is going to weigh about 3 pounds. That's the same weight as about 2 dozen chicken eggs. They're also pretty sturdy. They can withstand the weight of an adult ostrich sitting on top of them. That comes in handy when your parents are ostrich. An adult male ostrich can weigh almost 300 pounds. As I head over this bridge, though, we're going to be exiting the Savannah and heading into the Magadi Glen. Now, the Magadi Glen is home to the Warden's Post on the reserve. And the Warden likes to kind of do some hanging out around here. To our left, like I said, is the Warden's Post. You might notice that yellow triangle-shaped wooden box there. That's the start of a beehive fence that I was talking about earlier that farmers in Kenya will use to help fend off elephants from eating or destroying their crops. We're going to head through these final gates. Our safari together is coming to a close today. I hope you all have enjoyed the fun and cool animals we've seen. Animals such as the cheetah, the elephant, the hippo, and the wildebeest. Here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, our goal is to help inform guests of conservation efforts that can be taken to help save animals around the world. One thing you can do at home is recycle your electronics such as your phone, tablet, and computers. These electronics have a mineral called coltan in them, and coltan is a highly recyclable mineral that is mined for in Africa. The mining efforts to get to this mineral does cause some habitat destruction for animals, so don't flexible recycling your electronics. They'll save the lives and homes of animals such as the elephant we saw today. As we head through the water, we're going to be approaching our unloading docks. Now, these are not going to be our unloading dock. I'm going to drop you guys off at the dock that I picked you guys up at. So we're going to be making a full and complete circle together. Sit back, relax. I'll let you guys know as we're getting close. In the meantime, I'm going to give the warden a heads up that we're headed up there. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of traffic here as we start to head on up towards our unloading docks. If anybody has any questions, feel free to shout them out. I don't have all the answers, but I'd love to try to answer any questions that you may have. My favorite's the Ankoli cattle. So I'm pretty happy today. They're kind of vibing out there. They look very peaceful. Yeah, sometimes on later safaris, they don't do very often, but they'll moo, and it's really fun when you get to hear them moo out there. Oh. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. We got to see elephants. Oh my gosh. So cool. That's so cool. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get to see it today, but there's usually a younger elephant out there. Yeah. That's so cool. I want to sponsor an elephant. Yeah. Not sure why we're a little back. A favorite bird? Oh. Maybe. I really like the saddle-billed storks. I don't even get to see them, but their nest is so big. They're so big themselves. Saddle-billed storks can stand at about 5 feet tall, and their wingspan is similar to that of the pink-backed pelicans that we saw, of about 9 feet. But again, the same width is the awning above our heads today. Yeah. They are very adventurous, the saddleboat storks out there. Sometimes they like to go in areas where they're not supposed to, but not too often. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not. So around here, I know out on the reserve, they give the animals have usually like temperatures. So if it like drops below a certain temperature, they won't even open the door to their barns. They kind of just want them to stay warm based on like what they're used to. And then sometimes we'll just, if it's within their ranges that they could come out, we'll open the door, but we don't force them to go anywhere. So, yeah, so the lodge will have some animals over there, and we'll have some animals over here. Sometimes, like, little switcheroos will happen, and we'll have to reintegrate animals maybe to the ones here on the reserve or the ones over at the lodge. But, yeah. Yeah, they probably just were trying to get them into the barns and be like, it's gonna be cold, stay warm. That's cool. Yeah, there used to be some ankle cattle here in the reserve that moved over to the lodge over there. Yeah, so if you notice the ankle cattle out here, their horns were a little smaller because they're pretty young. So the ones that were over here on the reserve went over there. Now, I will say, if you guys are looking at kind of find some more animals out there, I'm going to drop you guys off right at the start of the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. So you got an opportunity there to kind of walk around, go see some animals. Hopefully they have some animals out there. There's a hippo pool, so you might get to spend more time looking at the hippos if that's something you wanted to do. There's also a research center over there, and over at the research center there's naked mole rats. It's very warm inside the research center because it's indoors, so you might be able to see some animals. So they have animals like naked mole rats, and there's a couple other animals I can't remember off the top of my head that you might find over there.
Gee, this is the most we've ever been stuck in traffic for, right?
Now up ahead here are 2 loading docks. So we're gonna have some safaris out here that are gonna start their safari before we can head around the corner to end our safari. So once we pass by these 2 loading docks, our dock will be around the corner there. Now's a great time to start gathering all of your belongings. This includes your phone, your keys, your wallets, your bags, your purses, anything that you brought with you onto the truck. Please take with you off the truck. If I have any wilderness explorers on board, this is the Simbo 1. I repeat, this is the Simbo 1. It's the SIMBA.
I'm driving away.
Hope you guys enjoyed the safari today. My name is Becca. I'm from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. But now here in Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye. That's far too sad and far too final. Instead, we say Baharini, which means to go well. So as we begin to approach this dock and you start to gather all of your belongings, Baharini friends, go well, go well. Have an amazing rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. If you're on the right hand side, please watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Doors are going to slide on open. Watch your step as you exit. Inquiring everyone, go out, go out. Have a good day out there. Stay warm. Go try to find some animals. Have a good day.
Are you with me? Wow, that was the longest wait to try and get off of the safari vehicle. Sorry about that, guys. So there's a little bit of quiet there as well, because we don't really like to annoy people when we're doing live and stuff. But welcome into our live. Second live of the day. So if you caught the live earlier, we were in Epcot, absolutely freezing cold, but JP picked up his Lacana Disney cards that he wanted. That was his mission, and we got a delicious coffee, and we had a walk around the world, and we had a little chit chat with you guys. So hopefully the Wi-Fi didn't leave us too much on this safari, and it was all good. We are here in Animal Kingdom because today, sadly, is the last day. Is it sad? Of Dinosaur.
It's sad, but it's kind of good because you're looking forward to the new one now. So
Yeah. So that's where we're going to walk to now. Now, JP has just told me it's 3 hours. There's a full wait.
3 hours. 20.
Well, that is some crazy time, which we're not going to be doing because I feel like that's going to be so boring for you guys. I could probably just do that on a regular video if I needed to.
And look, we like the ride, but I don't like it 3 hours.
Well, we did 3 hours for Avatar when it first opened.
This is like
There'll be enough people over here doing it. It's fine.
I'm really hungry.
I feel like when you're on vacation, you just need to make the most of the time that you have here. For example, you find an empty piece of path, take it. We don't need to be following everybody else, which I feel like is very, very funny. Yeah, as I said, let's bring you on to us. Ooh. Hi. It's still chilly, hence the tyre. Yeah, so we're going to take you over to Dinosaur now, so we can see how well it's coming along. What's the new land called over there?
Esperanza, I think.
Chocolate
Something
M&M.
Kanto, basically.
Yeah, exactly, Kanto. That screen all zoomed in. No, you can't change it. Yeah. I don't know if the sound quality is as good this camera to the other camera. But yeah, we're going to pop over there, show you what's going on, how crazy it all is. So stay tuned. It's the guy playing there, look. Woo. The food area around here is still closed, but you can come and sit and eat your packed lunch. You see his backpack? Very good.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's tuning it. If we lose you on Wi-Fi, just stay with us. It will reconnect again. And I apologise for that. But you can fast forward it if you're re-watching. What's the weather like? Bright, sunny, cold. Layer up. I think we were at -4, -2 when we were walking around Epcot. I feel now it's probably about 4 degrees.
Yeah, it's
27, 27, 28, maybe 30. Actually, 4 degrees isn't 27, is it? You guys know. It's a bit milder.
Yeah, but it looks like see the bottom. It looks like
Oh, look at the wooden structure now over there by the Tree of Life. We will be doing Zootropolis. It's one of JP's favourite attractions here now at Animal Kingdom. Isn't it?
What do you like?
What is in those portion sizes. Is that fries? No. Seasonal fries as well. They were small. That's the thing with this park. There's not a lot of sun that can get through. Shady park.